Does your pond suffer from poor aeration, lots of runoff, standing water, a failing septic tank nearby, or timber with decaying vegetation and leaves, or even just a lot of sediment? If so, it may be a candidate for duckweed. Hello, and welcome again to AmericanOutdoors.net. Stay tuned and let's go get our duckweeds in order.
Duckweed, which I've also heard called bayroot, is a very small plant with one or more tiny leaves and a hair-like root that floats right at the surface of the water. It is usually introduced into ponds from the feet or feathers of migrating ducks, geese, or even small animals. Once it's in your pond, it will reproduce very quickly and can in short order completely cover it. This creates a smothering effect, blocking the plants below the surface from creating oxygen needed by fish. Oh, and by the way, it's no fun to swim in either. There are two basic methods to treating your pond against duckweed after the fact: naturally and chemically. I prefer the natural method, however, the effectiveness is limited more so to before the fact. This pond is a small groundwater pond, not quite a half acre in diameter and about a dozen feet deep in the middle. Duckweed first appeared here about 2 years ago. Electric, solar, and even the windmill operated systems work. Just expect to get what you pay for. The free method, which can be effective but requires time, effort, and later some muscle relaxants, is to skim or rake the pond. It will not eliminate the problem, not right away anyway, but considering how fast they spread, just over a 24-hour period, it can keep the duckweed at a manageable level. One plant by one plant doubling over 24 hours is only 2 plants. That's easy to get rid of. 2 million by 2 million, not so easy. Make a point to rake the plants up onto and past the bank. Leaving them along the water line won't kill them. They'll wash back and they'll start right back where they left off. So knowing that natural or organic methods are limited in their effectiveness, there is plan B, chemicals. The first is called Duckweed or Reward, as seen on store shelves. Now this is a contact herbicide that is usually in concentrated form. Mix it with water and use it in a tank sprayer. It requires a surfactant or an additive that adheres to the plant long enough for the Duckweed to take effect. That usually also comes concentrated. You'll know that it's working on the duckweed as it will turn brown in very short order, with my experience about 2 to 3 days. But what remains green will continue to crank out more duckweed. It's about $75 for a gallon, another 12 to 15 for the surfactant depending on the amount of water you need to treat. A drawback is that it only lasts about a week, so it needs to be used often during the summer months. Fluoridone or Sonar, or also called Avast, needs much less effort. Typically an initial treatment followed up around 2 weeks later, and the success rates are pretty high. It will remain active in the water for about a month, and you don't need to buy the surfactant. It is slower acting, and the results won't appear as quickly as with the Duckweed. It's also very much more expensive, as a gallon can run $350 or more. Now earlier this year, over half the surface of the pond behind me was covered in a thick mat of duckweed. We treated the pond for about a month with Duckweed. We also thanks to some very hard work by my wife raking and skimming, as well as several teenage minimum wage workers, we're able to get a hold of the situation. Long term, the win for us is that we may not have to spend money on chemicals anymore or add it to the pond, using only an hour or two of maintenance maybe next year to keep it clean. That's a win-win for us. I hope it's a win for you. I hope you've enjoyed this video and you'll look us up at AmericanOutdoors.net or on our YouTube channel. Thank you, and we will see you again. Bye-bye.